host, Suzanne Monk. As y'all know, this is the only live Periscope cast all about Trump, and when it freezes up, we gotta start over and redo it because we are recording this for other people who are watching it. So it's not just us, you and me, and all of us live Periscopers. It's everybody else too. So we do the news again, which is great because then I get to do a better version of it, and that's always a good time. As you know, a big important news: Hillary has not been charged, will not be charged with any charges in response to her using her own private server for her emails. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, we all got to watch that wonderful press conference with FBI Director Comey today, and he kind of looked a little bit like he was scared for his life, and I wouldn't be surprised. He wouldn't be the first person who dies of mysterious circumstances right after they don't do well by the Clintons, but he did do well by the Clintons and certainly did a good job taking one for the team, as we can all see how corrupt the system is. Now, there are additional charges, as we talked about. There are additional charges in regards to the Clinton Foundation that are still being investigated. There are potentially additional charges even with the emails as we find these emails. Just because we didn't find the emails or the FBI didn't find the emails in the investigation doesn't mean they're not going to come out. Edward Snowden came up with a lot of information we didn't know existed either. So we'll just continue to observe and see what comes out as we go forward. But, nothing is going to come of it as long as we have Obama in office and, of course, Hillary herself. She's running to keep herself out of jail because if Trump gets elected, we're going to investigate the rest of these things and what's going on in the Clinton Foundation and what other kind of corruption there is. So everybody, I get a lot of people who don't like Trump and who tune into the show, and that's fine. I don't mind talking to people who don't like Trump. But the alternative is a woman who lies about individuals being killed, who lies to the families of the killed individuals to their face. And this is the person you want to elect for president. I'm electing Trump. So, y'all can do what you want. It's ridiculous. Let's talk about CNN. CNN, we are boycotting CNN from the 1st through the 14th, 1st through the 14th of July, because they have gone completely out of control as far as being anti-Trump. Their recent story about his anti-Semitic star tweet, which is just a 6-pointed star. It looks like a sheriff's star. It looks like a 6-pointed star. It looks like one of the 5 star options on Microsoft Word. Apparently Microsoft Word is racist now too. Or, I'm sorry, bigoted? What is it would be? It's ridiculous. So, CNN is doing a whole hour special on the anti-Semitic star, which is not anti-Semitic, which is obviously being spun by the Hillary campaign so that they don't have to talk about her damn emails anymore, or the FBI investigation, because if they start talking about the FBI investigation, they got to talk about what she's still being really looked at for, which is all of the corruption, particularly at the Clinton Foundation. So, keep boycotting CNN. As long as they keep doing these crap stories, we're not going to watch them. Absolutely ridiculous. Additionally, as I talked about yesterday, Google is a completely biased search engine. I know people use Google for a lot of things. Great. Just don't use it to do Trump news research, because all of the articles they're going to send you are going to be bad. They're going to be negative. They're just going to be negative stories on Google. So do the experiment for yourself. You can go to the Trump Talk page on Facebook and see my experiment, or you can literally go and do the experiment yourself. Go to Google, type in Trump, click the news tab, read the stories. Go to Yahoo, type in Trump, click the news tab, read the stories. See for yourself. You decide which search engine you would like to use. I suggest Yahoo. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the VP buzz. You guys, there's been a lot of VP buzz. We're not going to find out till the convention, but there have been a lot of new meetings. Not all of these meetings are necessarily VP meetings. Trump may be shoring up other cabinet positions. He may be shoring other Republican support. He met with Joni Ernst. I don't personally think she has enough experience to be that experienced government person he's looking for, but she certainly would be an excellent advocate, being someone who has taken on the system. So, Thank you. I appreciate that. So, additionally, he's met with Mike Pence. I don't think Mike Pence is going to be the VP, but he may have another role in the campaign as we go forward to the convention, and as we move forward into the general election. We need to continue to shore up the support from the RNC, and we know we don't have it in Paul Ryan, and we certainly know we don't have it in Jeb, and some of these, and Lindsey Graham, and all these old rhino fogies. We don't have it in them. So it is important, or amidst the worst. Thank you. He is the absolute worst. He's the perfect example. So Trump is meeting with as many of the Republicans as he can, as he should, to try to shore up support for the ongoing election and the general election after the convention. That doesn't mean any of these people are going to be the VP, but you guys, we're going to find out in a few, in just a number of days anyways. So breathe. Think Trump. Okay? He's going to pick a good choice anyway. Nothing to worry about. There's been a lot of hullabaloo about the speakers at the convention. It is going to be a different kind of convention. We're not having a bunch of political blowhards speak at this convention. There's going to be sports figures. We're going to listen to Ivanka and Eric and Donald. We're going to listen to other individuals. Hopefully, let's Diamond and Silk speak. I would love to hear those ladies talk. I am expecting a completely different convention, and you should too. And you certainly shouldn't listen to the news or the hype that's saying that Trump is having a hard time filling the speaking positions. It's just a bunch of jealous people who didn't get invited. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. It is just a bunch of jealous people who didn't get invited because Trump is in control of the convention. And they're just jealous. That's all it is. Rally tomorrow in Cincinnati, Ohio at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you missed today's North Carolina rally in Raleigh, North Carolina, the Raleigh rally, you should look at this rally. It's great. He takes Hillary Clinton on head on. He does some excellent work. One of the best rallies. He says some excellent things and certainly talks a lot about the corruption and has a fire about him that you can just tell that this FBI story has really put a new fire in Trump's belly, and you should see it for yourself. Go to rsbn.tv to check all that out. They don't send me any money. I just like them, and that's where I go, so I tell you guys that's where you should go. They keep all of the rallies, all of the past rallies, and live streams, rsbn.tv. Check that out. Let's do my Trump reason of the day. Trump reason of the day. Ending corruption. There is no way on this or any other earth we are going to end the corruption in this government without electing Donald Trump. For no other reason, we're going to elect the most corrupt woman in history if we don't elect Trump. We're literally going to elect a woman who stole from the White House when she left the last time. Her and her husband have been under constant right-wing conspiracy, which, if you look at it, is just a history of their sneaky shenanigans again and again, trying to gain favor, trying to skirt the law, and get away with things that other individuals would not. We're not going to stop that, because clearly, even the Republicans, even somebody as integritous as Jim Comey, can be driven to make what I think was the wrong decision. I think most Americans who aren't in the tank for Hillary agree that it was the wrong decision. And the only way we're going to have any chance of rectifying that decision with the Clinton situation or with any of these oligarch, corrupt, political lifers is to elect Trump. It's the only way. And we don't want Hillary, and we certainly don't want more of her ilk. So, that is. You can go to donaldjtrump.com, click on the schedule. That's where I get all of my schedules. It's a quick and easy place. It'll also tell you where they're located in case you're in the region, and you can get tickets right there, which are free. But donaldjtrump.com. It's also where you get all these positions in the media news. You're going to get more information from there than anywhere else. Dig through there. There's a lot of good Trump information. If you haven't really plowed through Donald's site, you should, because it's good. Let's talk about how Trump beats Hillary Clinton. This is where we froze up last time, so I'm going to try to get through this. In all of the polls, you have noticed that Hillary and Trump are starting to tighten in the polls. They're getting a little tighter. All of these polls were within the statistical margin of error, particularly North Carolina, which everyone's talking about is so important all of a sudden, even though Trump is doing very well in North Carolina. There is something called the Bradley effect. There was a politician in California, when polled, everyone said they were going to vote for him. When the election occurred, he did not win. He did very bad in the election, but polled very well. So there's something called the Bradley effect, when people say they're going to vote for somebody when they don't. Donald Trump is experiencing the reverse Bradley effect. What that means is when pollsters call and ask voters if they're going to elect Donald Trump, they are likely to say no. But what they are finding, and I'll tell you why we know this is true now, what they're finding is that if you are not asked by a person, you are more likely to say yes, that you will vote for Trump, which is suggesting that the reverse Bradley effect is occurring. So if you are speaking to a human being on the phone, you would say no, you weren't going to elect Trump. But if you were speaking to a robot on the phone, you would be much more likely to say yes, you were voting for Trump. It is called the Bradley effect. That is actually the reverse Bradley effect. It is skewing Donald Trump's polls by about 6 to 7%. So if you take a look at the polls, go ahead. I use the Real Clear Politics average, not because they're great, but because you get a lot of different polls and you can look at the trend lines. If you take a look at those and start to nudge the numbers, you're really going to see how Trump, in addition to all of the demographics he's pulling away from Hillary Clinton, this reverse Bradley effect, where the polls are showing it's very tight, those are misleading. And what we're going to find is Trump does very well in November, and we're going to take this in a landslide, which is the only way we're going to beat the cheating voting machines anyway. So, excellent. I have been doing Trump hotties. As you know, Trump girls break the internet, and that is because, other than necessarily me, although I'm not, haggy or anything, but I am certainly not a Trump hottie like some of these girls are. But I do like to show you, I picked out my Trump hottie of the day, and I like her particularly because she's a reader. Okay, so excuse me, let's see where we go. Oh, there we go. She's got her Trump hat. She's reading Crippled America. She's got a Trump sticker on her cooler. There we go. That's our Trump hottie of the day. Absolutely fabulous. You'll have that. I will post that on the Trump Talk page on Facebook, and you guys can share that, and I'll keep posting new Trump girls because that's what we do. So this is me, you guys. You can find me on Twitter at Trumpetarian. You can email the show, trumptalkus@gmail.com. Ask any questions. Send any hate mail, death threats. That would be the great time to cuss out Trump instead of in the little windows down here. I'm just pointing that out. Feel free to cuss me out personally. Or send joy. I love you. I love Trump. Let's keep going for Trump. Any great Trump suggestions? If you are a Trump hottie, send me your picture. I'll put it up. I ain't afraid. You can also get all of our videos at www.trumptalk.us. There's a lot of special editions that talk specifically about Trump's policies. Everyone says that there aren't a lot of specifics in Trump's policies. They are liars. And there's plenty of episodes of Trump Talk to prove that. So go ahead and take a look at that. And that is our show for today. We do the show every day about 10 p.m. other than holidays. Sometimes we have to start a little bit late because I have to do it twice because it freezes up. But nothing's going to stop us, just like nothing is going to stop one Donald J. Trump. Everybody, keep on trumping. Keep on sharing the news from me and Little Trumpy. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, Trump on.